Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I'm here with got kind of a pattern review for you guys, and we're going to talk a little bit about kind of dipping a little bit into my own fall sewing for the upcoming autumn and fall. So obviously I'm sewing right now for my daughter, but I've been thinking about my own wardrobe, hence the top 10 video on Tuesday. Okay, so let's delve in for today. So today we're going to be talking about the Terra Tunic by Love Notions. This also is the $5 Feature Friday pattern for today. This is my first time making it up. I'm actually wearing it right now. And it comes with, oh gosh, I don't remember how many neckline variations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6? 5 or 6 neckline variations. It's a tunic. It has little welt pockets you can put into the tunic if you would like. It's got 4 sleeve lengths. It's got a short sleeve, elbow length, 3/4, or a long sleeve length. I think it is 6. It's 6 different necklines. And so because I'm a Love Notions ambassador, I do have access to what the Feature Friday patterns are going to be in advance so that I can prepare information and stuff like that for you guys. But the pattern is $5 today, which normally $12, I believe. So definitely you want to go have a look if this is something that, if you're interested in a tunic. It's got a split side, like a split hem. It's really good. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about silhouettes. So with all of the things that are happening, like my weight and, swelling and all that kind of stuff, I've just been looking for a few different things that are going to make me feel good about myself, that are going to be comfortable to wear, that are going to make me feel put together, polished, that kind of thing, but still be very comfortable. That being said, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of knits in my future, knits and elastic, and my knit fabric stash is not as robust as my woven fabric stash. So I have a feeling that a fabric run might be in my future. I would love to do an in-person fabric shopping trip and might be able to make that happen at the end of this month. I have to travel kind of far away to be able to do that, but hopefully I can maybe squeeze that in and figure that out. So one of the things that I have really been kind of paying attention to right now and following is I have signed up for the body shape class from the Everyday Style School, or Your Everyday Style is the website. I'll leave a link to the class down below. But she basically is walking you through, she only kind of adheres to basically 4 basic body types, and then, she gives you, it's really more just like tips and tricks for how to highlight or how to kind of, not hide, but mask certain things. So depending on your body shape, what you might feel more comfortable wearing. Obviously you can wear whatever you want. It's just, if that makes you feel confident, great. But just some tips and tricks on how to dress your personal body shape to maybe find silhouettes that you really feel good in that maybe you wouldn't have tried before. So that being said, I am a busty rectangle, which she has, and I can't remember now if it was in the class or she also talks about it on her podcast occasionally, the body shapes, and I can't remember now where I remember hearing this. But she did say that a lot of times busty rectangles can take pages out of the apple-shaped book, because an apple is someone that is thicker in the middle. A lot of times their waist is the same as their bust and hips, or it can be even a little bit bigger. I mean, I do carry weight in my midsection, but I do have a little bit of, when you look at me straight on in my underwear, even when I'm heavier, my waist will kind of go out, but I still have a little bit of a delineation in my waist. Not a big one, but a little bit of one, but I'm pretty rectangular. But my bust can often, make things like fall off weird, make me look larger than I am. I have to be very careful. I mean, my boobs obviously play a big part in how I dress and how I feel that I look the best, at my absolute best. So that being said, I kind of pull from both a rectangle and a apple a little bit. I'm not an apple because apples tend to have very thin arms and legs, and I mean, my legs are usually fine, but I don't have thin arms. I carry weight in my upper body. So anyway, like all across my upper body. Anyway, that being said, I was also looking at dressing my vertical body shape. So there's a part in that class on that as well. So even though I'm only 5'2", I proportionately, I'm short-waisted. So I have a high waist. A short waist and a high waist are kind of the same thing. My waist is literally right underneath my rib cage, so I'm like boobs waist. So when you're looking at me from the waist down versus the waist up, from the waist up, I am much shorter proportionately than my waist down. In fact, even in ready to wear, even though I'm only 5'2", I can't wear petite pants. They're too short. And actually regular pants are usually too long. I need something like right in between. Luckily I make my own, but you know, that just tells me that my height is in my legs, be that what it is, in relation to my upper body. So I was kind of going off that on things, maybe some different silhouettes that I don't tend to wear and how we can, you know, I'm always looking to, not always, but because I'm not wearing anything waisted at the moment, I'm definitely not wearing anything where I'm tucking stuff in and then I have like a fitted waistband. I mean, I'm wearing things at my waist, like my pants and stuff are hitting me at my natural waist, but elastic is my friend at the moment. But I'm not tucking things in. And even a half tuck, I'm using that kind of sparingly at the moment just because I'm just so bloated. But anyway, I'm like, okay, well, how can we play around with lines a little bit? And one of the things I was looking at were tunics. So obviously that's a lower hemline, so it obscures the line of where my actual waist is, which can give the illusion of a little bit more torso versus legs, so help to balance out my own body shape. Now, I do tend to like longer things with more fitted bottoms, if that makes it. So like a skinny jean, a more skinny pant, a skinnier short a little bit. You know, it's all about proportion. It really comes all down to proportion. Or if I'm wearing a short that's not as skinny, maybe they're just a little bit like shorter, not short, but you know, like mid-thigh. And just kind of playing around with the proportion and line. So I don't have any tunics in my closet right now. So I thought, you know what, this is the Feature Friday and I'm going to play around with this length of tunic and see if it's something that I like on myself. So that's what I did. I love it. Just a spoiler. So I've made this kind of summer friendly. I was gonna do the short sleeve version, but then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do a 3/4. I love a 3/4 on my arm just because my upper arms, it's just a flattering sleeve length on me. It's probably my favorite sleeve length on me, although I do wear other ones. So I did the 3/4 length sleeve. I did the boat neck version, which has these not functioning buttons, but I think those are so cute. And I actually use, they're like a little bit more aqua, but I think they go with the pale blue really nicely. I don't know, I really like the way that those look up there. So I went with the boat neck version and the regular tunic. So let's talk about this just a little bit. Now this I think is one of Love Notion's earlier patterns, so it actually doesn't have a full bust front. I would not be surprised when this one comes due, because she's kind of refreshing all of the older patterns little by little. I would not be surprised at all if this one gets a full bust front at some point, but I did have to do a full bust adjustment on this one. So I made the size medium and I did a 2-inch full bust adjustment. So 1 inch on each side for 2 inches total, which I think, I'm pretty sure is, when they give you the full bust front, it's 2 inches extra than the standard one. And I think it works pretty well. I mean, I have some like wrinkles under here, but nothing too bad. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with my full bust adjustment that I did. Boat neckline, it uses a facing in the front, and this has been, I'm gonna get up close. Normally I'm not wearing the garment when I'm talking about it. But I went out for brunch. We'll talk about that in a minute. So interfaced, the facing, it gets top stitched down, which I think is such a professional and lovely look on the front and the back. And this is like, it could be functioning with buttonholes. It's just not. You can get your head on this easily on over your head. So the buttons are just there for looks. And then we have this, isn't this fun? This gorgeous split hem. I mean, I'll show you footage of me actually in it so you can see it better. But it's a little bit longer in the back than it is in the front. And then you've got it top stitched down. So there's a nice big 2.5 inch hem. I did mitered corners on mine. And you guys have seen me do the mitered corner before. I just feel like it looks very professional. And I'm really loving the length of it. So I have it on with my Allegro shorts today, which you're seeing. I'll pop that footage up now of me actually in it. I've got it on with my Allegro shorts, which are a little bit more tapered in the leg, and I really like the way that this looks. I also like the dark blue with the light blue. So a lighter blue is in my color wheelhouse for my summer wardrobe that I'm currently wearing, and I've kind of tapered off on making a lot of new things only because tops are one thing. Like, I can still wear my tops and still make my tops, but it's my bottoms that are causing issues. Anyway, still wearing that stuff, and so yeah, so this is gonna look really nice, I think. I'm anxious to pair it with my striped Samara shorts that I made in that rayon, you know, that matching set that I made, because I think there's this color blue in that stripe. That might be kind of an interesting silhouette. I don't know if I'll like that or not, but you know, it's all about playing, right? And playing with proportions. So I'm very excited to try that. And I was really interested to try this because I think this would look great over, I'm planning for the fall to make myself some more Mountain View jeans, pull-on pants. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to make jeans and the pull-on pants or not. I might make a pair, but I'm thinking more along the lines of some more corduroy, because I've got some ultra stretch corduroy that I can make with those. But I think that this could look not only good with skinny pants or like a straight leg pant, but maybe even look kind of cool with a flared. So not a wide leg, but one that's like fitted and then flares out at the knee. So like a boot cut kind of, that it might look really kind of cool with. So anyway, I'm very anxious to try this one on because I think I could definitely take this one into the fall, but also playing around with a few things. So I need new knits. I need more knits. And I would think this would be great in a French terry, this top, or a ponte for something warmer. Now I have used a cotton jersey. This is, I had it in my stash. I bought it from Style Maker Fabrics. It's their midweight cotton jersey. I linked to that back in the video on Tuesday when I was talking about my top knit patterns. And this is just, it's a gorgeous jersey. It's just a gorgeous cotton jersey, and it works really well for this pattern. I think a cotton jersey is perfect. I don't know, I think it does need structure though, so I don't know that I would use a rayon or a viscose jersey for this pattern, although I think it is listed in the pattern recommendations, but I don't know, I think it works well with structure. Maybe if you were making one of the other necklines, it would make a difference. But even the hem, with the split hem, I feel like it just makes it, having that structure for that hem just makes it a little bit more crisp and a little nicer. But yeah, I would be anxious to try this for, and some of the other necklines. So there's a cowl that I think would be great for, or like a funnel neck, I think it's called, would be great for the winter. I think a hooded version could be kind of fun. Like that would be a good athletic top even. I would like to try the little welt pockets that are in the front. Like it's like stick a phone or something maybe in those. If you did it in like a sweatshirting, like a fleece, it does need to have stretch. Some fleeces don't. You need to look into that. But I think that would be, I'm anxious to try more of these. The asymmetrical collar on that is really cool. I've seen a lot of people where it looks really, really cool and different. And then they've got a standard like scoop neck and a V-neck. What else? Is that all 6? And then this one. Anyway, it's a great pattern and I would highly recommend it, especially for $5 today. Okay. Let's talk a little bit more. Okay, colors. So I am wearing, and again, this has been in my summer like colors. I like this color on me. This is not in my autumn color range that I got from, this color isn't, from when I had my colors done by Christy Russell back in January. However, and I will talk more about my colors that I got from the Color Guru. You don't need to have your colors done more than once. Maybe if you decide to go gray one day, they might change. They may not. But you really only need to have your colors done once and then maybe again when if you go gray. But they gave me a free color analysis because I am now an affiliate with them. And I use them for my daughter and been very, very happy. And her color analysis had me back as a coppery spring, which is very interesting because when I look at the colors on that, I mean, it's like a dark, I'm like at the dark end of the spring. So I'm still a warm colors. And a lot of those colors are the same that are from my colors from Christy. The only difference that I am noticing is that my colors from Christy, I have a lot more darker colors. So there's like darker chocolate browns, darker purples, darker teals. There's even like a dark, well, there's a dark navy on my other one too. Just a little bit darker on there than there is on the Coppery Spring, but they're still the same tonally, if that makes sense. So I have a few brighter colors, lighter colors, I guess, that are on the one from the Color Guru that are not on mine from Christy, but I think I can kind of mix them up a little bit and pull from both of them because there's a ton of colors that are the same. And I kind of wonder, I've heard a lot of people talk about sister colors where you can have color palettes that are sisters, so they can you can kind of pull from that one a little bit. And I'm wondering if maybe that's the case with these, because there's a lot of similar colors. But I'll talk about that more when we get into more my fall sewing. But this color is actually on the Coppery Spring. So anyway, we'll talk more about that when I talk a little bit more about my fall. But yeah, super pleased with my new tunic top. Don't have any in my wardrobe. I think there might be some more because it does help me elongate my torso, which in turn makes me look longer and thinner. So we'll take that. And I think it masks the midsection a little bit when I am having those flare-up days. So on that note, I think that my fall sewing, I'm focusing on my daughter right now. We're going to get all of her clothes made up and present all of those. We are still working on my son's shoes. That video will be coming up. It's just very slow going. School has started now, so things just much slower. But once I'm finished with my daughter, we will be delving into my own module, and I promise that I'll be working on some stuff for my mom as well. We'll do a module for her. That just may be a little bit later, only because I have to time fittings and all that kind of stuff when we see each other, which is not super regularly. So anyway, so that will be coming. So stay tuned for that. But I think with my own fall sewing, it is going to be completely focused on clothing that, especially with the bottoms and the one pieces and stuff, things that can very easily be worn if you have autoimmune issues or any kind of issue that makes your waistline fluctuate. Even if that's a ice cream issue, which is also an issue of mine. But just focusing on clothes that can easily attack those issues. So a wardrobe that can fluctuate with my waistline. So I'm going to be doing some hacks, I think. I've been really researching patterns. There's going to be a lot of knit and a lot of elastic. So yeah, that's what we kind of have going forward. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, go ahead and do that, especially if that's something that's of interest to you, fluctuating waistlines or that kind of thing, because I'm really going to be focusing hard on that this fall in my own sewing. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Make sure you grab that $5 pattern if you haven't already. It is $5 today only, which is the 13th of August, 2021. So yeah, head on over there and get the pattern while it's on sale. It's a really good one with a ton of variations, especially if you like a good tunic. It'd be perfect over leggings, skinny jeans, sky's the limit. All right, so that's all I have for today. I'll be back on Sunday with another zipper tutorial, and then I'll see you again on Tuesday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Oh, my kids started school today. I'm filming this on Thursday. I went as soon as they were on the bus, which showed up way late. Like, I'm sure they were late to school, although I'm sure they're making, a lot of buses, I think. Nationwide school bus shortage. Everyone's dealing with school bus driver shortages. So I think they're just trying to figure that out. So it's unfortunate they had to show up for the first day of high school super late because the bus picked them up about the time the last bell was ringing. So I'm sure it was fine. So I'm anxious to hear how the first day went when they get home. But I did go out for brunch and mimosas with two of my friends once everyone was on the bus, and they all have kids that are starting high school this year too. So we could hold each other and and also take back the time. We now have, we all have jobs, so it's nice to be able to take back some time for ourselves to be able to focus on that while the kids are in school as well. So a praise in there as well. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will again see you next time. Bye.